Need food reserves? Well, come on over to eFoods Global at booksmart.myfoods.com. Again, that's booksmart.myfoods.com. eFoods Global is the gold standard of food reserves. Tell them Wise Wolf sent you. Then I recall, and I remembered it so well, and unfortunately, no one has gotten arrested. And let me tell you what happened. Banks such as Wells Fargo, Wachovia, have been found that they have been helping cartels launder drug money. Now, I recall back in the sixth grade, they put us in the gym cafetorium and we had what was called a DARE program seminar, right? And I forgot what the RE stands for, but DARE was this drug awareness program. And it was all a part of this war on drugs. And I don't know how many of our young men, American, Latinos, blacks, whites, have been incarcerated behind drugs. Whether you use them, and they used to tell me, you don't have to be the one who did the crime necessarily. If you are with the person who did it, you are guilty by association. And now we know it is published that these banks have been laundering money, helping these drug cartels on our southern border and probably elsewhere to launder their money. Now, if you when you read in here, it says that they came across I think it was $378 billion that they helped these criminals to launder. If I can find it, here it is right here. Wachovia admitted it didn't do enough to spot illicit funds in handling $378.4 billion dollars for Mexican currency exchange houses from 2004 to 2007. Now, did anybody get arrested? Because where I'm come from, when you dibble and dabble in that kind of stuff, especially when you're dealing with that kind of money, and they're talking about cocaine, heroin, that's the white horse, marijuana, methamphetamines. I think they call that speed. That's the other name for it. Anyway, people around my neighborhood go to jail. No ifs, ands, or buts. People go to jail. Did anybody go to jail when you read this article? Nobody went to jail. What happened was they got fined. How much did they get fined? They got fined, if I can find it, $161 million. So let's put this in perspective. 378 billion with a B. And they do this on commission, some kind of fees is. Let's say they got a 1% fee. 1% is nothing. But 1% of 378 billion, that's $3.78 billion. 3.7, almost $4 billion, and they got charged and fined only $161 million. $160 million in fines. There it is. Oh, and then it says they profited to 12 billion. So I said 1%, but they got more than that off of the profit. Less than 2%. How is that a deterrent to crime? Explain it to me. But I got other stories, so I can't stay on this one too long. Out of control. Next, we have a situation where banks, since the Federal Reserve has pushed down the Fed's fund rate, the discount rate, every rate they can push down, they push them down. People who have done the right thing, supposedly, and saved their money and kept it in savings account, they're getting less than 1%. Look at this: money market accounts, interest checking accounts, less than 1%. 0.62, 0.71, 0.87. Less than 1%. This is annual. You cannot live on this unless you already got hundreds of millions of dollars. That's the only way it would make sense. And even still, it wouldn't make sense because inflation is running above 7%. That's called low money. Then we have a situation. If you go to, if you go to, well, let's just go here. You'll find out banks are now charging for checking accounts. That's called got your money. Oh, free checking has gone away, my brothers and sisters. If you watched my video Subjugate Me, I believe that was my first topic. It's gone. It's gone, player. They do not care about you. Let me get you hip to that. They don't care about you. They want your money. Now, again, I said at the beginning of this video, traditionally, it used to be they would give loans to help out the community. That is not their purpose today. They are in it to suck you dry. I would not have a bank account. If I could do without it, I would. I would not have one. Why? You can store your own money. Free checking. You can check your own money. My. And then if you go to my my video Nacho money, you will understand that by law, money that's in your checking account is a loan to the bank. And depending on the circumstances, they don't have to lend that. They don't have to allow you to withdraw it. If there's a financial situation going on, you need your money. Sorry, sir. Sorry, ma'am. We can't give it to you. We can only give you half. We can only give you a portion. We can't give you any. I'm telling you, the system is rigged against you. That's called Nacho money. Go look at my video, Nacho money. But wait a minute. There's more. Now, banks are, and this is what really got me going. Uh, and that is that banks are extending their business into 401ks, and that's called retirement money. And what's happening is since they've been losing money because of the new legislation that has been passed last year in 2009, they're looking for ways to recoup. I said that in Subjugate Me. They're looking for. That's one of the reasons free checking is going away. It's a way for them to recoup some of their losses, and now they're getting more heavily into the 401k business, your retirement funds. Why would you deal with these people? First of all, I don't like retirement funds because they're based in dollars. You're saving the equivalent of the Ford Pinto. That's what it is. Everybody knows. Everybody has somebody in their family who used to say, "Man, I remember when such and such used to cost this. Now it costs so much more." Well, that's going to continue to happen. Why would you save money like that? Why would you save something like that? You need to find an asset that will either maintain its purchasing power or increase its purchasing your purchasing power. The dollar is not going to do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's not. I would get out immediately. That means IRAs, 401ks, bonds, annuities, anything that gives you a future payment in dollars. Uh-uh. Scratch, out of here. But that's my take on it. You'll have to decide for yourself what's best for you and your family. And then we have banks who control the student loan companies. Now, if you once you read this article, it's pretty good. You go down a bit, And it says that, of course, the usual suspects are the top private lenders: Citigroup, Wells Fargo, J.P. Morgan Chase. So, and there's also another article that I came across today, talking about how credit has been expanding, but it's been expanding in the student loan area. All other areas of credit have either been roughly the same or contracting. They haven't been expanding. Well, what's going on that people are the credit market for student loans is expanding? Well, people can't find jobs. So what do people do when they can't find jobs? They go back to school. And the private lenders are these same banks that you bailed out and are now forcing you, because they put their money into that borrowed money into treasuries, for you to pay them extra, double, with interest. These same banks. Now, what I did was I went in and out. Nelnet, they are a private lender, and this is one of many. I just picked one out of a hat, uh, to see if I could uh, get to the root of who owns them. This is a private financial firm, uh, private student loan firm. So I like to go to ownership, go down, and how did I do this? Let's say Oppenheimer. Okay, if I can get it right. Oppenheimer is one of the institutional owners of Nelnet. Well, who owns Oppenheimer? See if I can get them. Ownership. J.P. Morgan. Oh, they got this whole thing on lock. And if you go back, you'll see a lot of these companies are the same: BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, right there. If you go back to, if I went back to the Nelnet's ownership, these same companies, they are intertwined with this thing, man. You can't get out. And the thing about it is, student loan debt is the one debt that the government backs. You can't get out of it. So yeah, they're gonna try to load you up on it, because regardless of whether you quote unquote default on it, the government, which is you anyway, is gonna have to back it up anyway. So it doesn't matter. You're gonna pay it one way or the other. Now they don't allow you to do that, but again, we have two classes of people now. Next, we have, uh, I guess I gotta say, wait, there's more.